Hey, howdy! I'm just sitting in my chair relaxing tonight. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Hey, how the heck are you? Hey, I thought I would just do, I don't know how many videos. I don't know if it'll be enough to call it a series or not, but just enough to recap the year. So I'm just kind of relaxing, drinking a beer. Take a look at this one. That's a very pretty beer, huh? This is the Big Jamoke Porter from Marshall out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's about 2.5 to 3 hours from here, so close enough to be local. 6.855, so it's a big Magilla of a porter. Oh, it's a big earthy porter. You can have the big chocolate and coffee notes as you'd expect, but it's got this real earthy, dry finish at the end because it does have 55 IBUs. That is very large for a porter. Oh, it's late in the evening, so I'm kind of kicking back and relaxing. It's in my nighttime on vacation or holiday weekend ritual, I guess. Since we're pushing New Year's here, I'm just having a little bourbon. This is some Jim Beam 8-year old, double aged. I'm using my special glasses here. And for those of you that know my ritual is just to kind of sip the whiskey and work on the beer as we go. So hey, I wanted to kind of recap the year. Uh, the year started just, normal as usual, but it got rocky real fast, as most of you know, in February 13th to be exact. This date that will go down in infamy at the Mulva Hill House. Seamus was diagnosed with leukemia. So that kind of sucks. So, I guess it would be easy to say from this point it's been a terrible year. I'm not going to, though. I am that optimist. I am a glass half full kind of guy. Or if my glass is half empty, I'll just go get another beer. I'm that kind of optimist. And I am that way because, well, though by the time they did find it and diagnose it, things weren't exactly great for Seamus at that moment. We were lucky that it was diagnosed, and that the doctor that did diagnose it was he knew enough to tell us where we needed to go, and that was St. Louis Children's Hospital, which was great advice. He told us that if it was his son, that's where he would go. Now, of course, I've had many friends since then say, well, why did you go to St. Jude's? St. Jude's is a research hospital. They don't have that many beds. From what I understand, having talked to some people there, they wouldn't have necessarily rejected him, but if it's not something they're researching, uh, you need to be diagnosed there. So anyway, it wasn't to make a long story short, and I have to get into that same tired argument again. The protocols that are being used at St. Louis Children's Hospital are the best in the world for the type of leukemia Seamus has. And I know that not just because a doctor told me, I know that because the wife and I did extensive research on our own. We know that the main doctor that was in charge of Seamus's case when he was first brought in for the induction phase is world renowned and speaks around the world. He is that well known and that respected within the field. So anyway, ta-da! Oh man, this is a good beer. Oh, a big beautiful porter. But if you drink a lot of porters, if you drink a lot of British porters, for instance, well, a lot of them now are on the very small end, but even if you would find something comparable to this, most of them tend to not be this hoppy. So, in many cases, what you have is a more syrupy beer, which is how most of them were intended to be in the first place. But this makes it having a beer this hoppy. You take those big roasted malts, you combine it with the 55 IBUs, and you get a much drier finish, you don't have that big kind of lazy syrupy finish that a lot of those beers will do to you. Oh, very good. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. So, I'm not going to tell you every hospital stay we had to go through, but yeah, I think it was kind of ups and downs through the year, and basically, cancer, uh, leukemia works different than other cancer. In fact, all cancers work different from any others. Um, but leukemia, technically, Seamus is in remission, but leukemia is different than other cancers. So treatment continues for about a 3.5 year period. He has a the type of leukemia they call ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Um, After his initial phase, we were in the hospital for about 30 days, and they checked bone marrow, and he had no cancer in his marrow, which was good. A lot of kids from there have to do the bone marrow transplants, and then it gets real ugly and iffy. But Seamus responded well to all the treatments. We've had some ups and downs along the way for sure, but overall in the treatment, he's responded extremely well. So that's a good sign. So again, not to be a dead horse, but yeah, overall he's doing well. So I'm not going to say it's been a bad year. I wish my son was not diagnosed with cancer, of course, but I'm glad that a higher power, God, got us to where we needed to be. Which was St. Louis Children's Hospital. Oh, they have done so much for us, and had us in contact with so many good people. Um, we took part in the Pedal the Cause ride back in October, I believe it was, and that was a whole lot of fun. Would I have liked to not have to have met these people? Yeah, if it meant he didn't have cancer. But things as when you get to you're an adult. I'm 47 years old. Things happen to you along the way you maybe wish hadn't happened to you, but those are the things that forge who you are. Well, I think this is going to be Seamus's thing. This is his kind of stepping stone. Once he gets through this thing, it's really going to make him a strong human being. And again, we met some incredible people that were incredibly nice. Seamus and I got to go to and wife too went with us. We got to go to two Rams home games this year, which was great. I'd never been to a professional game before, so it was a whole heck of a lot of fun. And they happened to win both times, and they haven't won a whole lot this year. So hey, we were there for two of the wins, so I'm pretty darn happy about that. I tried to get a hold of their front office so that Seamus needed to be in the stands for the home games to ensure victories, but I never heard back from anybody. Oh. And well, as most of you know by now, that and also through the year we found out our daughter was pregnant with her and her husband, their first child, and he was just born on December 6th. So this crazy old man became a grandpa for the first time. 47. I guess that's older than some, younger than some. That's a kind of a decent age. We figured it out that I'll only be 65 when Ben graduates. That's pretty good. So anyway, so we're really excited about that. I'm excited about being a grandpa. It's a lot of fun. In fact, today I got to take Ben to his doctor's appointment and his 3-week checkup. So that was a whole heck of a lot of fun. He's got a great doctor. Spent a lot of time with him, and he described Ben as perfect. His words, not mine. Well, of course they are mine, but I wasn't paraphrasing. That was a direct quote. The doctor said he was perfect. He's eating and gaining weight and doing everything just like he's supposed to do. He's moving his head and doing all the appropriate things he's supposed to be doing. So we're very excited about that too. So as I approach the 10-minute mark, I think we'll call this part 1 of the Beer Whisperer recaps the year. Ta-da!